Oh my god, Mullvad has made a new browser. This sounds awesome. Okay, let's load this bad boy up. Okay, this is it. Okay, wait a second. Why does this feel so familiar? This font? This theme? Wait a second, what? So, hold on a second. I'm in Mozilla right now. Firefox, of course, it's the best. Wait. Firefox Alpenglow? Firefox Alpenglow? Wait, why is the font the same? Okay, so if I use Mullvad, I can have less themes. Okay. The Mullvad browser is meant to be used with a VPN, not an onion network. How is that any different than just using a VPN's proxy add-on in a normal browser like Brave, Firefox, or even Chrome, I guess, if you want? Wait, does Mullvad have a browser extension? Mullvad. Oh, they don't. So they're making a browser just so you could use their browser extension? Do I have to connect the Mullvad first, or is there like a proxy in it? Most of these things aren't very clear, so it can be used without Mullvad VPN, but the combination is recommended. Alright, so if I do use another VPN, it seems to work. So it's just like, you're not using Mullvad, okay, but... So guys, what exactly do I think of this browser? Well, to be honest with you guys, I'm not really sure what the point is. If we take a look at the browser itself, you can see that it's using uBlock Origin, and Mullvad even does say that they're using uBlock Origin to do a lot of the tracker blocking. Now, if we want to be super analytical, we could discuss each one of these things that Mullvad Browser does, and if it's really that great or unique or something they've done that really is good. So first of all, I do kind of want to talk about this thing called telemetry. They're kind of bragging like, oh, other browsers have telemetry and we don't. But this isn't really that impressive. I mean, it is pretty cool that it has it disabled by default, but with Firefox, all you have to do is go to this page in the privacy and security settings, and if you click one button, it has disabled telemetry. So yeah, they just kind of disabled a setting, and they are talking about not feeding the cookie monster. Now, cookies are not necessarily a bad thing. This is why every browser has a incognito mode, and it even discusses that. The reason browsers do have cookies is cookies can be very useful. Cookies can be useful for certain things, logging into websites and stuff like that. You don't always want to have to log in. And if you use incognito mode, it will make it so it doesn't remember cookies and stuff like that. Additionally, once again, if you go to the privacy and security section of Firefox, there's even a thing that will delete cookies and site data when Firefox is closed. And you can also make the strict option, which is going to cause cross-site cookies in all windows to be blocked already. So yeah. So Mullvad just straight up disables cookies, and I guess that's okay. I think having the option is probably better. The thing with browser fingerprinting, I tested that as well. So here is Mullvad's browser. With this thing, it says partial protection, blocking ads, partial protection, and your browser has a nearly unique fingerprint. However, that said, if we do go to Brave, I don't even have uBlock Origin installed here on Brave, and it is still giving better results than Mullvad's browser with a completely randomized fingerprint. Additionally, Mozilla does have the configuration to be able to do something just like this. As you can see here, we are using Mozilla Firefox right here, and pretty much all you have to do is go to the settings and change from standard to strict mode, and it will make a completely unique browser fingerprint. It seems to do better than even Mullvad's example. Here's Mullvad. So Mullvad has partial protection, especially if I go into the Mullvad browser's settings. You could see that a lot of the settings are very similar. So configuring these and playing around with them, at the end of the day, it's like, what's really the difference between doing that with something like Firefox? At the end of the day, you want to get a good score here. Another kind of weird thing is that this requires you to use your VPN on your computer to kind of use the proxy in the browser, which is kind of weird. Whereas with other browsers like Chrome or something like that, or even Firefox, you could just download other extensions that VPNs have made a long time ago. Mullvad does not have an available extension. Another thing that kind of rubs me the wrong way is that Mullvad still does not have a browser extension that you can use on other browsers, so it's kind of locked to this one, like I said. Overall, is this something that's really useful, or more just like a way for Mullvad to get in front of customers and try to get them to buy their VPN? At the end of the day, that's kind of what it seems like to me. You can remove this, and then it's just like, I guess, a normal kind of browser. So overall, is this something you should use, or it just seems kind of like a marketing stunt? In my opinion, it just seems kind of like a marketing stunt. It doesn't really seem like there's anything really that unique going on here overall. It'll be interesting to see how Mullvad compares their browser with something like Brave. If we look at Tor and Brave already, there are a lot of similarities, and even in some of these aspects like tracking query parameter tests, Brave seemingly does better than Tor here, as well as in this section. But the other sections are pretty similar, and I'm assuming if you use a VPN and put uBlock origin, it's gonna already kind of fix a lot of those issues. So I'm not really sure the advantage of switching from something to like Firefox, which Mullvad Browser seems to be a clone of. The same fonts, same settings, same extensions. So I'm not really sure exactly what the point is, besides just like having Mullvad's brand name all over it. Lastly, I thought I could wrap up this video talking about kind of Mullvad's interesting marketing strategy. Now, they don't really market the traditional way. There's no affiliate program. They don't really do a ton of marketing. You don't really see it too often, except maybe like some pop-ups and they're like little weird Mullvad guy. That said, they do have a partnership with Malwarebytes. It just kind of like resells Mullvad. Malwarebytes kind of puts their brand name on Mullvad, so that's kind of like a weird thing. Some people don't like that because it kind of confuses customers, because Mullvad in a lot of ways is just better than the one that Malwarebytes offers, even though I do like this company. As well as Mozilla has partnered with Mullvad to make its own VPN, which is, again, just kind of like a worse version of Mullvad. So now, interestingly enough, it's like we have the Mullvad browser, which, I mean, it just kind of seems like a different version of the Mozilla browser. So we've kind of come full circle there, I think.